The Biden campaign still sort of working out how they're supposed to deal with the fact that Trump is now a felon. They've announced that they're probably not going to be doing any paid advertising that really focuses on it right now. And Biden has been mostly coy. Robert De Niro is nowhere to be found right now. But anyway, here is what Biden did finally say about this.
Before I begin my remarks, I just want to say a few words about what happened yesterday in New York City. The American principle that no one is above the law was reaffirmed. Donald Trump was given every opportunity to defend himself. It was a state case, not a federal case, and it was heard by a jury of 12 citizens, 12 Americans, 12 people like you, like millions of Americans who served on juries. This jury is chosen the same way every jury in America is chosen. It was a process that Donald Trump's attorney was part of. The jury heard 5 weeks of evidence, 5 weeks. And after careful deliberation, the jury reached a unanimous verdict. They found Donald Trump guilty on all 34 felony counts. Now he'll be given the opportunity, as he should, to appeal that decision just like everyone else has that opportunity. That's how the American system of justice works. And it's reckless, it's dangerous, it's irresponsible for anyone to say this was rigged just because they don't like the verdict.
So there, the president is going for sort of a measured tone, which in effect makes the press conference a little bit more boring than I like. I like references to crucifixions and bad boys and things like that, but that's what he's saying publicly so far. What do you think about the strategy that the Biden campaign is using?
Pausing here to deliver some honest truth as we do in our news coverage as well. TYT is facing challenges, guys, as the entire industry is. You know who could make the difference? You. If you hit the join button below, it's gonna make all the difference and keep us in business. We appreciate you, thank you. Look, guys, in terms of the politics of this, I don't think it's great. I don't know, you're gonna hear something you don't often hear on TYT, especially for me. I don't know if it's gonna help or hurt Trump. I don't know if the polling is gonna go in one direction or another. But if you're a Democrat, and I just realized this today, that a lot of people, because I don't live on other planets, I live on this one. So someone reminded me, you know, a lot of Democrats think that the election is over now and that they've won because Trump was convicted. No, please you don't tell me that you don't think that, because that's nuts. That I can assure you is not what's going to happen. So I don't know if this is he'll get a swing up or down. I don't know how big it'll be, and I don't know how long it'll last. But I do know the election is not over, and if it's over, it's Trump's the winner, not Biden. If you think Biden's already won the election, you're on a planet further away than MAGA is. That is the most diluted thing I've ever heard. So in terms of the things that happened today and how they play out, okay, let's look at the Trump and Biden press conferences. So Trump does a crazy press conference. I mean, we just showed you parts of it. I'm the biggest victim there ever was. Jesus was a shout, tiny little victim compared to me, right? He's called the judge the devil. The judge is about to sentence him. I mean, this guy is such a moron. It's unbelievable. Look, a couple of our members had hilarious lines too. I want to share that with you real quick, and then I get back to the political analysis. So Wang Jun wrote in, and this is through tyt.com/team. Come on, be part of our team, be part of the show. Wang wrote in, and Jesus said, I saith to thee, this crucifixion is rigged. This communist Roman emperor is a sleazebag who's bought and paid for by the radical left. Okay, come on, man.
Judas is conflicted.
Communist Roman emperor just got me dead over here.
Wong, nice job. Oh, by the way, Wong, you know what? I'm back to giving out gift cards. $100 Blue Apron gift card, because that was hilarious. Since it's got to be for members, but get it at rewards@tyt.com. And Dragons don't know I'm not real bacon wrote in, already funny, but never met a more conflicted judge. Has he seen the Supreme Court? Okay. And you took those words right out of my mouth. I literally wrote those notes down, and then I saw you said it. I was like, nice job. Anyway, so look, yeah, Trump's unhinged, but he spoke for 45 minutes. And so much of that was carried by all of the press. In fact, I know someone who talked to me right afterwards and they were like, oh, I heard Trump say this, this, and this. It's not true, right? Because if you're not knee deep in politics, you're not following all this. So he's constantly doing giant advertising. We're back to 2016, where they're covering every speech, every press conference. It wasn't a press conference, they didn't take questions. But almost everyone carried, and certainly Fox News carried the whole thing, 45 minutes of a giant ad for Donald Trump. Now you go to the Biden press conference, rule of law. Okay, all right, fine. But I agree with what he said. And then, oh, Israel's great and we got a great deal. And then Saudi Arabia is great too. We're gonna do a deal with them. And then he's leaving. They ask him a question about Donald Trump. And then he has the most awkward 20 seconds of your life where he's like, ah. And he's walking awkwardly and not saying anything. Then he does this weird smile at that. Oh, it's a disaster, man. It's a disaster. And don't run ads about the felon thing. You're wasting your money. Everybody already knows it. Like the ads are to show things that people don't know. If you like, did you know Donald Trump's a felon? Yeah, dude, we all know now. We all know. Don't waste your money on that. So I'm worried about how this is gonna go. But if it makes the Democrats they're already ridiculously complacent. If it makes them any more complacent, then it's a giant loss for Biden.
Yeah, listen, I think I don't think anybody that's serious believes that anything that that happens to Trump will affect Trump. Here's what I know. We don't have there's no middle ground in this country. People's mind are already made up. They're either for Biden, for Trump, and then there's some people who you may need to persuade, not for a candidate to participate in the election in general. The persuasion this cycle will be about persuading people to go to the polls. I don't think this trial is going to have an effect either way. I really don't. I don't think it's going to win more people for Biden or lose more people for Trump. I think what happens though is we have an opportunity right now to reimagine what it means to be in this country and also have a felony conviction, right? I already seen people using horrible language. Everybody keeps calling Donald Trump a convicted felon. That language is bad when it's on our side, it's bad when it's on the other side, simply because there's been tons of study to show when you're calling people felon instead of by their name or just as impacted, they're more likely to recidivate. This is not the case, of course, with Donald Trump, but for people who are out here struggling, who can't get a regular job, they're gonna be affected by this tone. So we've already changed how we're addressing these people and dehumanizing, otherizing people with felony convictions based off of this super rich, ultra rich white man who will not be affected at all by this. I will say this. The complacency in the Democratic Party didn't just begin now. I think the lack of understanding, the idea that we're going to continue to go with the same consultant class and also the same tactics is the reason they're in this bubble where they believe that this is a home run for them. This idea that Donald Trump is lesser of an opponent because he has a felony conviction. The man literally said, grab some woman by their private parts and still won in 2016. Please don't think that this will stop anybody. He actually said that and more Christians started to vote for him. So this is probably gonna bring more police officers on board for him, if given history of Donald Trump and how he attracts people. This con artist, Donald Trump, is a magnet to drama and it actually sells tickets for him. I think John said later in the show, we're going to talk about how much he raised off of this. So we should be aware. And if you are on the left, you should be extremely aware that we are more likely to lose this election because of Israel than Donald Trump is because of felony convictions.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.